Well, welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's Brad from Firewood at the Furnace, and as you saw last week, we've got a lot of wood here in the wood yard now to be processed. My first load of logs that came in on the tri-axle truck has filled me up, and there's a lot of work to be done here. So I've spent the last week really doing some thinking about how I want to move forward here. And I think my next plan of action is just to get prepared here in the wood yard and to get everything set up for the way I think that this is going to go. So I've got kind of a mixed bag of stuff that I want to get done in the wood yard today. We're not going to be doing any cutting, but we're going to be doing a lot of prepping for what's about to come, because there's going to be a lot of cutting and a lot of splitting and a lot of stacking that's going to have to be done here coming up real soon. So I'm going to take you around. I'm going to show you what we're going to do and bring you along with me today, so stick around. All right, so welcome back. So you guys saw all the wood that came in last week on the tri-axle truck, which is what's further in the back over there, and then everything that's laying here on the road that I was trying to keep open is all the tree service wood that's been coming in the last couple weeks, and there's been a lot of that. So I just want to show you around here. I started splitting on some of these other rounds that I had stacked up from long ago, and I'm starting to knock that out. But campfire wood you saw that I had left over, that's all gone. That's all been sold. Bundle sales have really been busy. So I've been processing some of this other wood that's ready to go. It's a lot of poplar, sassafras, a little bit of ash, and some maple. So I've been processing more campfire wood to keep up with those sales. And then I also found in these stacks of rounds that I had was some ready to burn oak. So it's not quite a face cord, but when I was splitting it, I checked the moisture on them with the moisture meter, and they were running between 16 and 18%. So that stuff's ready to go. So that's actually going out of here today. I had somebody call and ask me for a third of a cord of wood. I told her I had almost a third in oak, and I would mix in some other stuff with it, some ash and some maple. So she said that was fine. So we're going to load that up later and deliver that this afternoon. But I've also started splitting on some of the walnut. That's all done. And as you can see, this is row 2 you're looking at here, and I have started putting my dividers up. I haven't gotten over here to row 1 yet to put any dividers up, but I want to do that because that works out really good. You start splitting and you just keep splitting, and you get a nice big pile, and then you can stack it so much quicker, not having to worry about those crisscrosses or the log cabin type bookends that I was doing before. It's worth the time and effort to put those dividers up. So because I'm doing those dividers, I need more pallets, and there's more pallets down there, but the landscaping company that I got the pallets from last time called, and he said, I got more pallets for you if you want to come get them. So I took the dump trailer down, and I got another load of pallets here, and most of the ones I got are the 48 by 48 inch pallets, which is what I used on row 3, and I like how that works out because you put them next to each other and it's pretty easy to figure out what 8 foot is for your stacks. And then when you put the 48 inch dividers up, then you know how high to go because it's 4 foot. So that's what we're going to do today. Also, we're going to get row 4 started. I want to run a string line up through here and keep my row straight, because to be honest with you, the last couple of rows have been a little wavy looking coming up through there. And I'm not OCD, but I don't really like that. So I'm going to run a string line up through here. We're going to lay the pallets out for row 4. We're going to split a little bit of wood maybe later. And then I've got another little thing that I want to do here with the weeds that grow up around the pallets. I spent a good day weed eating everything again a few days ago, and it's a lot of work to weed eat all that, especially up and down along the edges of the pallets. It eats up the weed eater string, and I think I just want to kill that grass along there. So I've been looking for something to make that a little easier, and I'm going to show that to you too. We're going to do a little unboxing. So here we go. All right, so we got our string line laid out here. I don't know if you can see it, but it runs all the way down so we can have a nice straight line. So now we're just going to start laying pallets out. We'll put you on time lapse and watch row 4 develop. And there it is. It's a pretty nice straight row there, I think. That's 30 pallets and 4 foot wide each, 4 foot long each. So that'll be enough to hold 10 full cords when it's full. So that's that for now. We'll put the dividers up another time. But now I'm going to take you over here and show you what the next project is for the day. And I mentioned it earlier about the weed eating. You know, when all this stuff's laying on the ground, it just gets out of hand. I know we're coming up on the time of year where we don't really need to worry about weeds, but over the summer I was thinking a lot about just spraying along here. But with now 4 rows and a hand sprayer, or one of those little sprayers that you buy at Home Depot or Lowe's, the big box stores, that would be pretty tedious. So what I did was, here on row 1 and row 2, I actually went through and I picked up every single pallet, moved it out of the way, weed eated underneath of it and around it, and then put them all back. And I felt like that was time wasted. So for the fall here and coming into next spring and summer, I'm just going to spray weed killer. And I think I found a pretty good option to take care of these weeds. So let's go over to the truck and I'll open up the box. All right, so here's my plan for taking care of the weed problem. Not only this fall, but for the spring and summer and years to come. So I didn't really want to deal with the hand pump sprayers, and I was looking for a battery powered option. And it just so happened that I received an email a couple weeks ago from this company called Kimo, who has a whole line of power tools, hand tools, drills, sawzalls. They've got mini chainsaws, pole saws, impact guns. But one of the things that they had was this backpack sprayer, and it's battery powered. Comes with a charger and a battery pack with the kit. And full disclosure, I responded to their email, and they agreed to send this out to me to test out and to use on the channel here. So this is at no cost to me, but I told them that I was going to give it an honest review, and it was something that I certainly could use. So we're going to unbox it right now and see what's inside the kit. Comes with a manual, of course. Here's the battery pack. It's a 20-volt battery, and it's got the fuel gauge on it, so you can tell what the charge is. And it's fully charged right now. So 20 volt, that's pretty good. Looks like a shower tip type sprayer for the wand. I don't think we're going to be needing that for this application. Here's the sprayer itself. It's a 3-gallon sprayer. It holds 3 gallons of whatever you want to put in it. The straps for the backpack seem to be padded pretty well, so it should be comfortable to wear. Looks like it's got a chest strap. So we'll put that together here in a second. And here is the wand. It's got a plastic tip. I guess that's for the shower type sprayer, and then it's got a metal tip. Now, I believe this extends. So that's pretty cool. So you can spray further away from you. That looks to be about 2.5 to 3 foot long. So we'll put the sprayer on. And I'm going to fill it up with this Spectracide weed and grass killer. I got 2 gallons of it here. I think that should be plenty. I don't think I have a need to fill it all the way up. The lid here, it's got a nice O-ring gasket inside of it, so hopefully that won't leak. The battery goes right in here. Locks in nicely. And you got 2 modes here. You got a slow pump and a faster pump. So I guess depending on how fast you want the fluid or the spray to come out. So we'll go ahead and we'll get this loaded up. I'll get the backpack straps hooked up to it and we'll see how it works. All right, the backpack straps clip on really easy. Just got these little metal clips and they just clip right on the top and the bottom of the tank. So like I said, it's got a chest strap here. I'm gonna have to put this on and adjust it, but we'll go ahead and get this loaded up. It's got a nice strainer that sits in the top of the tank, so you don't get any crud down in the bottom of the tank that might mess up your pump. So doing those rows over there, I'm really happy with the way it looks after running that string line. There's a lot of things that you learn as you go and you trial and error things, and you know, those first few rows, a couple rows, are a little wavy looking, which isn't a big deal, but I think it's nice when you look down the rows and everything looks squared away. But I think the string line helped a lot and it didn't take that much time to do. So that's the way I'll do it from now on. So if anybody is using pallets in rows like I am, a little string line goes a long way. These jugs are actually a little bit over a gallon. I think it's 1.3 gallons. So we're gonna end up with about 2.5 gallons, 2.6 gallons in this tank. And it says it holds 3 gallon. And we are right, it's marked on the side, which is nice. And we are just barely over the 2.5 gallon mark. So right on the money. Put this lid on. Feels like it cinches down pretty nicely. And I'm gonna put it on my back. We'll see how this thing feels. I know I'm gonna need to loosen these up. Whoever put this together didn't make it for a big boy. Feels pretty good. Chest strap is nice. Let's go see if it works. All right, we're going to start right here along this edge on the outside edge of row 1. The switch for the pump is right here on your left side. It took me a minute to locate it, but once you know it's there, you can reach it fairly easily with your thumb on your left hand. So We'll put it on the low speed for now and see how it works. Get the air out of the line, and there we go. I tell you what, it seems like a lot of pressure just for the low speed. Way more than enough that you need to spray on here. Way more than what you would normally have with a hand pump sprayer, even when it's all the way pumped up. So I'm probably out of your field of vision right now, but this is going to make very quick work of what I want to do. Alright, so I'm just going to walk you along with me here and show you how quick this works. I've already done all this part, so here we go. The pump is very quiet. You probably can't even hear it in the camera. I can just barely feel a slight vibration on my back, and it actually feels pretty good on my lower back actually. So if you've got a sore back, this can double as a back massager. I bet nobody that's reviewed this thing has said that. But anyway, I'm pleasantly surprised and very pleased with the way this is working out. So this will probably, you know, this isn't just for weed killer. You know, you can use this for your garden, for spraying fertilizer, or, you know, for bugs. I know there's some much more expensive commercial type sprayers out there on the market, but go around this wood here. Don't really want to spray the wood, but for what I'm doing, and for what most of you will probably do with this, I think this is a wonderful option. And I'm not really the type of person that will promote a product just because they send it to me. I want to use it, and I'll continue to use this, and I will continue to give updates if something goes wrong with it. If it continues to work well, you'll be right here with me, and if it's good, I'll tell you, and if it's bad, I'll tell you. But this is good so far. Let's once we get to the end of these crates here, we'll switch it on the high setting and see what it does with that. All right, I'm going to switch it over to high. All right, so the pump is just spraying obviously at a higher RPM, and I don't feel like it's any more pressure, but it's definitely more volume. So you can see as it hits the pallets here how much is coming out. I'm going to put it back on low. Whoops, sorry about that, because high is not necessary. And we'll go back up the other side of this row. Try to turn it so you can see the sprayer a little better here. And this will be nice because we can bring the zero turn right in here up against the edge of the pallet, and weed eating or string trimming, whatever you want to call it, will now be totally eliminated. You can see the spray pretty good right there. The sun's hitting it just right. So while you're spraying, obviously the pump is running, and as soon as you let off the trigger, the pump stops. It almost reminds me, for those of you that have campers or RVs or even boats that have water pumps in them, it operates the same way. You know, when there's a demand for pressure, the pump kicks on, and when there's not, the pump kicks off. Well, I think you get the idea. I'm going to finish doing these rows, and when I get done doing that, I'll check back in with you and we'll go over this thing in just a little bit more detail. Alright, so I just got done spraying all 3 rows that we have set up so far, and I used a little less than 2 gallon. You can see what's left in here. Now on that first row, I kind of was spraying a little heavy, just trying to get used to it and seeing how it works. I went over a couple things 2 times during the video, so I probably wasted a little bit of the product on that first row. But anyway, I got all 3 rows done with less than 2 gallon. Now the low setting, the low pressure setting is 40 psi, and when you switch over to the high pressure setting, it's 70 psi. So it's a pretty good spray rate coming out of the sprayer, and I'm pretty surprised and pretty happy with the way it performed. So I'll continue to use this, and I'll continue to keep giving you updates on it. The backpack straps were very comfortable. I didn't have any problems. I had 2.5 gallons in it, so it was nearly full, and it was no big deal. Now, if you're interested in something like this, or if you're looking around for something like this, or maybe I gave you an idea to use something like this, I'll put a link in the description for where you can get this product, and I'll also put on the bottom of the screen right here a discount code. If you purchase and use that discount code, it'll get you an extra 10% off. So yeah, for what it is and for what I'm using it for, I think it's perfect. I hadn't heard of this company before, but after looking at their website, and I'll put a link to their website in the description as well, it looks like they have a large variety of different tools, and I'm looking forward to trying out some more of those here coming soon. So anyway, I'm going to get this trailer unloaded, get the rest of these pallets off and stacked up down at the bottom of the wood yard, and I got to load up that other wood for the delivery this afternoon. And in the meantime, if you guys haven't seen these other videos over here on the side, if you wouldn't mind clicking on them, taking a look at them, leave me a comment, tell me what you think. I really appreciate the interaction, and I like to respond to all your comments. And as always, please like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and we appreciate everybody's support. So until next time, I hope you all have a great week, and we'll see you next time.